Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, the honorable lecturer. First of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Popi Solihat Almunawar from English Education Program. In this occasion, I would like to present my proposal with the title is An Analysis of Student Error in Writing Descriptive Text, a study in the 10th grade of SMAN 3 Rangkas Bitung. Today discuss is first introduction, second is literature review, and the third methodology. Chapter 1 Introduction. Before I talk about identification of the problem and others, I want to convey a little background of the study first. Richard and Renande states for Alto students writing are the most difficult skill to master. The difficulties faced by Alto students are more than native students, not only about how to organize ideas but also in translating ideas into writing that is correct and can be read by others. Alto students must be even more active in learning how to organize ideas, improve skill in using punctuation mark, correct spelling, choosing the right words, and so on. Based on background above, I can identify the problem in this research. The first is writing is a skill that is very difficult to master, so there are still many students who have difficulty to write descriptive text correctly. Based on temporary observation in class, researchers found that students often make errors when they write descriptive text. Based on identification of the problem, the research question is the first, what are the most often errors made by students in writing descriptive text? And the second one is what are the sources of errors in their descriptive text writing? From the research question, the objective of the research is first to know the most often errors made by students in writing descriptive text, and the second one is to find the sources of error made by the 10th grade student in their descriptive text writing. Okay, chapter 2 literature review. The first is error analysis. According to Brown, error analysis is a study of the student's error which can be detected, evaluated, and graded to show more of mechanisms that exist inside the learner. Brown claims that it could remind to focus on a particular language rather than looking at aspects of universal language. According to James in 1998, error analysis is a method for evaluating the occurrence, existence, cause, and implication of an ineffective language. Richard in 1973 stated that error analysis is an operation that reveals error found in writing and speaking. Error analysis is also the study of mistakes made by second and foreign language students. Error analysis should be carried out in order to A. Find out how well a person understands a language, B. Know how someone learns a language, and C. Obtain information on common difficulties in learning a language as an aid in teaching or in the preparation of teaching materials. This description emphasizes the role of error analysis. It means that error analysis is a measure of understanding in the learning process. So with the error analysis, the teacher can correct or adjust learning techniques with the material will be taught. Okay, the second one is writing. According to Frazier 2001, writing is an activity to think process because in writing, a writer needs to pour his or her idea into a paper to make thought or ideas into words and give them structure and coherent organization. And Brown, 1993, stated that writing is important in our lives and as a communicative act that transmits information and link people together. Related to the opinion, Raymond in 1980 points out that writing is more than a medium of communication. It is a way of remembering and a way of thinking as well. Write makes word permanent and thus expand the collective memory of human beings from the relatively small store that we can remember and pass on orally to the infinite capacity of a modern library. It can be summed up that writing develops human lives by informing the knowledge and the idea. People can forget spoken information in seconds, but writing makes it permanent. And the last one is descriptive text. According to Kane 2000, descriptive text is about sensory expression, visual experience, and also about perception, how something looks, sound, and tastes. Osima and Hong in 2007, descriptive writing appeals to the sense so it tells how something looks, feels, smell, or tastes. A good description is a word picture. The reader can imagine the object, place, or a person in his or her mind. A description usually follows a pattern of organization that we call spatial order. Spatial order is the arrangement of things in space. Okay, next is chapter 3, methodology. The first is research design. The researcher used descriptive qualitative approach. According to Sugiono 2013, descriptive qualitative method is called as interpretive method because the result of this research is related to interpreting about the data found in the field. Based on Arikunto 2007, state that descriptive research has not purpose to test the certain hypothesis, but just describe some variable and condition naturally. So the researcher describe and explain about anything related to this analysis. The second is research participant. The participants are 20 students from 10th grade Senior High School 3 Nakas Bitung. Next is data collecting. First, the researcher used observation as the instrument of data collection. Observation, according to Ari 2010, said that observation is a basic method for obtaining data in qualitative research. The second, the researcher used tasks in this research. The writer used written tasks that is in the form the student to write about descriptive text in the paper available. Technique to analyze the data was as suggested by Norris in 1992, which consists of collecting errors, identifying errors, describing errors, and explaining the errors. And the last is data analysis. The writer using is descriptive analysis technique percentage. Although this research more focused on descriptive qualitative method, but serving numerical data in order to get valid and countable data was needed. So the quantitative method has conducted in this research to see the percentage and frequencies for supporting the research. Okay, the Honorable Lecturer, I have presented all of the content of my proposal from chapter 1 until chapter 3. That's all about my presentation. Thank you for your nice attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.